with Brian Walther of Walther Farms in St. Joseph County, and I guess, Brian, many other locales in Michigan and beyond, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give us a little bit of an idea of this crop that we just put in the ground, potatoes, making potatoes. Now, you guys have been doing this at Walther Farms since way back.
Yeah, we actually started growing potatoes back in 1940, early 1940s. My grandfather, and along with many other crops, back then he would take the crops just to the Detroit market. And wasn't too long, back in the mid-50s, we started growing potatoes for potato chips. A lot of people may remember Paramount potato chips and some of the other local brands, better made potato chips that are still around today. We've certainly raised with all them. In the mid-1970s, we got a contract with Frito-Lay, Lay's potato chips. They make Ruffles, Lay's, and I guess never looked back. From there, I said it started 3 generations ago with my grandfather, my father, and 3 uncles. There was 4 of them that took it over from there. Today it's ran by myself, my brother, and 5 cousins.
You have operations here in Michigan, Lower and Upper Peninsula, and other states as well.
Yeah, we actually farm in multiple areas. We farm throughout the state of Michigan. Out of our 8,000 acres of potatoes we produce annually, 4,000 acres are produced here in southwest Michigan, headquartered out of 3 Rivers. And we produce potatoes in 2 locations in Florida, Illinois, Indiana, central Michigan, up in the thumb of Michigan, and we have 2 seed farms, one in Gaylord, Michigan, and actually one up in the Upper Peninsula in Newberry.
And of course, people are familiar with maybe some of the various varieties of potatoes, but you tell me that the folks at Frito-Lay are very specific on what they're looking for and only what they're looking for.
Here, about 10 years ago, Frito-Lay took an initiative to come up with their own proprietary variety. The reason why they done that is they want to have a leg up on the competition. They wanted to have something that the other chip manufacturers never had. So they started developing their own varieties. So today we only raise, and other potato farmers that raise for Frito-Lay only raise their own proprietary variety. They're all a makeup of a round white variety, but it's their own proprietary varieties.
Now, as I said, of course, you've got locations here in Michigan. Also, you're contracting for growing potatoes. What? Indiana, Illinois, and Texas is that?
Yeah. Also, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. Also Texas.
Don't forget Texas. Don't mess with Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Absolutely. About 10 million acres out there in one county. And no. Well, now, it's interesting because you can go online. I've got a vending machine at work right outside my door. You can hear it once in a while during the newscast, as a matter of fact. And you can go online with the code they give you there by the barcode and find out something very important. Tell us about that.
Well, Lay's just started a new initiative here within the last couple of months that we were actually, myself and my brother, were asked to be in a commercial. And they actually launched that commercial in New York here May 12th and was able to open the bell at the New York Stock Exchange. So that was pretty exciting for just a little old farm boy standing up on the stage of the New York Stock Exchange and open the world trading. So, but also with that, you actually can go on a bag of Lay's. There's actually a product code. You can enter that code number on lays.com and find out, one, where that bag of potato chips was made or produced or made, and also where it was produced, the actual potatoes were, and back to Walther Farms or wherever.
Absolutely. We can do this now, too. We don't have to wait. All right. Yep. And it's sort of like, there's the country of origin labeling, the COOL program we talk about all the time. Well, here we have something. This is pretty cool, too, except it's about potatoes instead of cattle. And it's something I'm sure that has a lot of very practical as well as from a standpoint of pride of production.
Well, it's all, we're all trying to, a lot of green and shave food miles off and energy cost and, more environmentally safe to our environment by buying local and, see that your chips were manufactured local and also they were growing local. I mean, there's, to me and my family, there's, even though I produced them, there's a sense of pride that I'm not buying something that was produced over in California and was shipped all the way here, and it took so much energy to get it here to the state of Michigan. If I can save energy by buying local, and it's a big thing.
And that's something that's very big to you too in this business, is it not? The amount of energy and transportation costs and things like that. How about labor intensive in terms of production?
Walther Farms in the state of Michigan, we employ about 65 people full time, about another 200 people seasonal. Labor intense. It's planning, is pretty automated as far as equipment to take to plant them acres. Harvest, every potato that goes into our warehouses that are loaded on, we have no automated sorting. So everything is done manual sorting, calling out defects out of the potato.
Yeah. Been talking about all the moisture we've got so far this year anyway. At least it seems like it. Maybe not big rainstorms, but frequent ones. How does that bode for potato production here in Michigan?
It's actually been a tough growing season, or a tough planting season, I should say. We're about 2 weeks behind on planting. Fortunately, we're 99% completed planting and just wrapping up. But it's been a tough season. We probably have more road miles on our equipment than we do acres. So appreciate it to the public out there for being patient to us farmers as we're traveling down the road. We're not trying to take up the whole road, but we're really had to jump from sand hill to field, pass over heavy spots of the field. So it was a very, very hectic growing season, trying to go from sand hill to sand hill and just trying to get the crops in.
But it is pretty much in the ground now.
Pretty much.
In the sand hills. Would you like the sand
There you
hills?
go,
Okay.
in the sand hills.
A good place to be. And now, is that the biggest hurdle that you're going to have to overcome, do you think?
Oh, with Mother Nature, dealing, not in a factory environment, you're dealing with Mother Nature. You're at her beck and call. So, we try to do everything our best, but really it's up to her what she's going to do from here. But we try to plant the best seed potatoes, all certified seed, and we put a lot of pour our heart and soul into them. So hopefully the year will be good. We've been pretty successful here over the last few years.
Brian, anything else?
Not too much. It's been a pleasure you coming down and doing an interview, and look forward.
Here's something, though, that folks often overlook. We sure don't, and I can stand up and show you the results. Don't overlook the potato chips.
Actually, potato...
I knew this was going to lead to... By the way...
Potato chips are actually one of the most... Well, I should say Lay's potato chips are one of the most natural things you actually can put in your mouth. What's in a Lay's potato chip is potato, sunflower oil, and a dash of salt. You look on the bag, there is no more. It's just a raw potato cooked in sunflower oil and a dash of salt. So if you want to go natural, it's about as natural as it gets.
It's not the potato, it's all that potato chip dip I put on it.
There you go.
Oh, do I, whenever I get a chance. Brian, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And here's another way to take a look at another thing that's homegrown that we enjoy and eat every day from Frito-Lay. I'm Rick Shields.